What is going on, YouTube? Dustin Huey here. And it's playoff time, baby. Let's go. The NHL playoffs start today. I am super excited. I've done this in the past, so I want to do another sim this year. And yeah, and then at the end, I'll kind of throw in my picks. There's so many good teams in the playoffs here. It's insane. So it's kind of hard to just like make a choice and be like, this is it. The playoffs have so many variables. So yeah, let's hop into the NHL 22 sim that I'm gonna do, and then yeah, we'll at the end, if you guys want to stick around at the end, I'm just gonna throw out my picks and you guys can see what I choose. All right, so here is the Stanley Cup playoff tree. We got Colorado, Nashville, Minnesota, St. Louis, Calgary, Dallas, Edmonton, LA, Florida, Washington, Toronto, Tampa Bay, Carolina, Boston, and the New York Rangers and Pittsburgh. So basically, I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna sim each round, and then we'll stop and we'll take a look at the stats and kind of see how everybody did as I do this. See you in a second. All right, so we got the first round done. So Colorado swept Nashville, so they won 4-0. St. Louis beat Minnesota 4-2. Calgary swept Dallas, and Edmonton beat LA 4-2 as well. In the East, you got Washington beating Florida 4-3. Toronto beating Tampa Bay 4-1, Boston beating Carolina in 7, and Pittsburgh beating the New York Rangers in 6. So the second round matchups are Colorado against St. Louis. You got Calgary, Edmonton, so Battle of Alberta, Toronto, Washington, and then Pittsburgh and Boston. In terms of the league stats, Leon Draisaitl led the entire league with 14 points in 6 games. Kind of crazy. McDavid had 9, Carlson had 9, Tarasenko had 8, Ovechkin had 8, Huberdeau had 8, Marner had 7, Matthews was 7, Arvidsson was 7, Gens was 7, Aho was 7, probably 7. Bunch was 7 here, basically. A bunch was 6. Man, people really stepping up here, so I'm just going to kind of scroll through a little bit. Jack Campbell had the best save percentage, and Jack Campbell had the best goals against. Not bad, not bad. All right, so let's sim through round 2, and yeah, we'll start doing it here, and we'll see how everybody does. All right, so through 2 rounds, and I kind of like, I don't know, you guys will see my picks at the end, but it's actually kind of going similar to what I chose. But so Colorado beat St. Louis 4-3. Okay. Calgary beat Edmonton 4-2. I mean, very possible. If it came down to goaltending, I think Calgary wins. But man, Edmonton is just so good. I just don't know. But it said Calgary won 4-2. On the East, you got Toronto beating Washington 4-2. Very possible, especially if their top guys get going. And then Boston beating Pittsburgh 4-2 as well. So the conference finals we got here, Colorado against Calgary and Toronto against Boston. Yeah, Draisaitl led the league with 20 points through the 12 games. Obviously, they're eliminated now. Matthews has 16, Marner with 16, Pastrnak 14, Ovechkin with 13, Senko with 13, Marchand 13, McDavid 13, Carlson 13. I'll just kind of scroll through if you guys want to take a look here. All right, in terms of goaltenders, Jack Campbell still best save percentage, and Jack Campbell with the best goals against. And here's kind of like the overall stats for the 4 goaltenders that are moving on. So we got Markstrom, Kemper, Campbell, and Ullmark. All right, so Colorado, Calgary, Toronto, Boston in the conference finals. Let's start. I'll sim through it, and we'll see how things go. All right, so again, this is kind of going off of what completely the opposite direction of what I thought it would happen. So we got Calgary in the Stanley Cup Finals with a 4-3 win over Colorado, so they won in 7. Again, it's possible. Anything's possible in the playoffs. And then Toronto beat Boston in 7. So we got a Calgary and Toronto all Canadian Game 7. Could you imagine if this actually happened? Bettman would die, actually. So yeah, this is crazy. I didn't think that the sim would go this way. This is not how I personally think it's gonna go, but yeah, let's see who wins the cup between Calgary and Toronto here. All right, so we got Austin Matthews leading the league with 23 points in 18 games. Mitch Marner with 22 points. Draisaitl with 20. Marchand with 18. Look at how many points he got. That's crazy. Bergie with 18. Pastrnak with 18. Rantanen with 16. It kind of looks like Calgary Colorado just kind of fell off a little bit. Again, who knows? Anything's possible in the playoffs. All right, goalie-wise, Jack Campbell is continuing his run with the best save percentage, as well as goals against average. All right, so in the finals, we got Markstrom, who's played 17 games. He's got 12 wins, obviously, and Campbell with 18 games has 12 wins. All right, Stanley Cup Finals, Toronto, Calgary. Let's sim through. We can just go through, not slow, but, you know, we'll just sit through the games. Because it doesn't even tell you what the scores are either. It's kind of crazy. So Calgary wins game 1. Next game, Toronto wins game 2. Yeah, like, I wish you could see the scores even. It's kind of crazy. 2-1 series for Toronto. 2-2 series. 3-2 for Calgary. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to hop in. All right, here we go. Game 6. Game 6, first period. 1-0 Calgary. 2-0 Calgary. Oh, my. Here we go. Third period. 3-0 Calgary. Tyler Toffoli. Oh, boy. Ooh. Engvall, it's 3-1. Okay, alright. 3-1, 3-1. Still 3-1. We're going to slow it down a little bit so I can hop in here. What an absolute run. They haven't done this since Iggy Pop was in there in Calgary. Woo. Remember that run? That was insane. Up to Anderson. We got 30 seconds to go here. Toronto trying to get that net empty. Campbell's looking for it. Brody with the puck. Oh, he's going to go behind the net. To Muzzin. Here we go. They're getting that goalie out. Marner. They're running out of time here. There's no way. Goudreau's got the puck. 14 seconds to go. Gaudreau up to Hanifin. He's going to fire it. And that's it, baby. 4-1 Calgary. Wow, Noah Hanifin from the center ice on the empty net. And Toronto loses it at home. Oh, I mean, there's still 10 seconds, but I don't think they're just going to score 3. Kachuk to Hanifin to Lindholm. I'm curious who the Conn Smythe's going to be here. Here we go, big shot, big save, and that's it. The Calgary Flames are your Stanley Cup champions in 2022, according to EA Sports NHL. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll show you guys my picks after, but yeah, wow. Wow. Could you imagine a Calgary and Toronto final? I do think Toronto has a really good chance of getting there. Matthews has been absolutely sick this year. Don't get me wrong, Calgary could totally do it. They could get there. I think a lot of the teams this year have been so good that, you know, anything can happen really. But if Bettman had to give out a Stanley Cup, oh, there it is. Yeah, Conn Smythe, Jacob Markstrom. Makes sense. 1 win. Wow, look at this guy. The stats are so messed up in this game. Yeah, if he, like, that makes sense. If he carried his team to the Stanley Cup Finals, yeah, 100% Markstrom would win that. And here comes the cup. Gary Bettman would be so salty if it was 2 Canadian teams. I think in general, if a Canadian team wins, he's not going to be so excited about it, you know. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. Oh yeah, Calgary doesn't have a captain. Hey, I forgot about that. Wow, so Kachuk gets the cup. Wow, interesting. If it was an assistant captain, I could see like Gaudreau getting it, you know. There it is, your Stanley Cup champions, baby. All right, so here's the overall player stats. So we got Austin Matthews with 27 in 24, Marner at 25. Draisaitl still was finished third with 20 points. Oh my God, like he was out in the second round. That's insane. Johnny Gaudreau, 19 points. See, I honestly think he would have got the cup if this was actually what happened. Blake Coleman, Bergeron, yeah, like Nylander, Pasternak. There's Matthew Tkachuk, and then kind of like goalies head to head. So Markstrom actually ended up with the better stats at the end of it. Campbell led the league the entire time with save percentage and goals against until the finals, and then Markstrom overtook him. Alright, so according to EA Sports NHL 22, the Calgary Flames will beat the Toronto Maple Leafs in 6. I mean, it's a simulation, so whatever you sim will probably be different than whatever I sim, but it's very interesting to see. But yeah, that's it for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button. And I'll show you guys my picks right now if you guys want to stick around. Alright, so here's my picks for the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm sure, like, everybody's got an opinion, right? So in the West, I had Colorado being Nashville in 5. I don't think it'll be a crazy long series. Minnesota, I think Minnesota can beat St. Louis. They have Marc-Andre Fleury now, and I think that makes them a much better team. I think they do it in 6. I think St. Louis is going to be a tough opponent for them. I definitely think Calgary beats Dallas. I would say at least 5 or 6. LA was kind of a surprise to me. I thought they weren't going to have a good year at all, but they made the playoffs. I remember them taking that Cinderella Cup run that one year. I don't think they do it again. I think Edmonton is way too strong there. And then in the East, I definitely I think Florida-Washington is a toss-up. I think Washington does it just based on experience. I don't know. Obviously Florida got Giroux. Huberdeau's had an absolute nasty season, but I think Washington takes it at 7. I think it's going to be close though. I think Toronto-Tampa is also going to be a very close series. I think Toronto edges them. I think Matthews has just been so sick this year that I think he just he rises above and beyond to do it. Carolina-Boston. I think Boston, they're just such a defensive team and they're such a playoff team. I said that one in 6. And then New York and Pittsburgh. I don't know. I just think New York's better. Copp has been unreal. Since they got Copp from Winnipeg. I'm kind of rooting for Copp. I definitely want him to get to at least the conference finals so we get a first round pick in Winnipeg. That'd be fantastic. But so I think they beat Pittsburgh. And then kind of second round, I think Colorado beats Minnesota. Colorado's just so sick. I have them going all the way. So and then again, we got the same matchup in the game, but I think Edmonton beats Calgary, goes to the conference finals. And then I don't know, this is a tough one. I feel like if Toronto can get the goaltending they need, their goaltending has been so up in the air this year, which is crazy because of how well they've done this year. If they actually had solid goaltending, if they can get solid goaltending throughout the playoffs, I think they make it to the finals, but it's hard to say. Again, this could be a toss-up too. Either Florida or Washington against Toronto. I don't know. One of those 3 could easily go to the finals. Honestly, Boston, New York. I think New York just has more firepower. I don't think Boston has the goaltending they need. I think New York has them in that category, so I think that's where they kind of win and move on. And then I don't know, the conference finals, Colorado, Edmonton. I think that'd be a pretty fun series to watch. There's a lot of talent. I mean, same thing with Toronto and New York. Actually, there's a lot of talent there. So, but I had Colorado going to the finals and Toronto going to the finals and Colorado winning. They just have a little bit more, But again, there's so many good teams this season. It's hard to really pick one. I think I've picked Colorado the last couple of years. Just such a good team. They're just built to win, right? A lot of the other teams are good, don't get me wrong, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, that's my picks. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you did, please leave a like. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you in another video. Appreciate you guys checking it out. And have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, guys.